All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, just sitting here drinking my morning coffee, looking sexy as hell as usual. And see who we get in here this morning. Give it a minute for everyone to come in. Going to be a back and bicep day. I'm going to try to hammer my arms pretty hard. Um, you know, hammer the arms hard. And realizing with my back stuff, I don't think I'm going to do any more shrugs on shoulder days. I really need to dedicate that time to just more delts. I'm a little concerned when I look at some stuff that from the front, like my traps are too big for my delts at this point. I need shoulders. Hard to do when you're not blasting a bunch of gear, but we'll do it through just good exercise selection. So, and I think in this case, I've been going a little heavier on some of that delt work. I feel like I need to just get a better range of motion and pump. Last week I went a little heavier, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I feel like when I go really strict and lighter, my shoulders seem to get a much better pump and stimulus. And I know people will argue about it. We can argue about it all day, just going off what I personally feel. And it's hard to get clients to go strict on shoulder stuff. It's hard to get men to go strict on shoulder stuff. I found upright rows are the hardest exercise to get clients to do correctly, especially guys. Dude, they'll turn it into, a jumping hang clean if you let them. So just stuff we work with. I've got plenty of coaching slots open, by the way, guys. I picked up 3 clients last week, but haven't got any applications this week. I want to jam up with a bunch of clients at this point. So reminder, guys, I have three coaching slots open still that I'd like to fill. I want to fill those this month. So I'm still running the 200 special. Once some of those fill, though, I'm going to take it back up to 250 and take it up. Also, the diet accountability coaching I also do for those curious. I have 2 people doing that right now who are not normal regular clients. I'll let regular clients do it as part of the thing if they need it. All right. Hey, Alfie, why do you guys keep bringing that up over and over? I'm going to start just blocking people because I feel like it's just a troll. Like, I really don't care. Like, it doesn't upset me. It's just that I feel like you guys are trying to spam it. Like, and if the dude got a good deal with that, then hey, man, that's just a good business move on his part. Like, that isn't something I can hate on him for. There's a lot of stuff I can give Strap on a hard time for, but if that isn't one of them, Yeah, but Alfie, like 57 people brought it up last night. Like it was a spam. So it's like, I feel like you're just a troll account spamming it at this point. You know what I mean, dude? And it's because you guys should know I already do. There's better things to talk about. It's already been said. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. So I had about 20 people just spamming it over and over last night. I'm like, okay, cool, guys. I mean, I'm not a jealous person either, and I don't think people grasp that either. Like, I don't get jealous of other people. Like, if someone does something and they're successful at something, I'm never going to hate on success. Like, it's not in my nature. That makes sense. I could take someone who's successful at one thing and give them props and then make fun of them for something really stupid they're doing because it doesn't overlap, right? It's like with everything else, give people, and a lot of people struggle with that. I feel like as human beings, a lot of people struggle with understanding that you can appreciate someone's success in one area and dislike them in another. A lot of people cannot do that. I've noticed a lot of lower IQ people, lower functioning people don't have the ability to discern that. They can't do that with human beings, right? They're like either all good or all bad. So if someone's a hero to them, they'll praise them for the bad stuff they do too. If they don't like someone, they'll still hate on the good stuff that they do. It's a really strange phenomenon. I know you can't knock Alex's reach, and his info is better than it was when he was younger. I mean, he's obviously matured and gotten better in his knowledge of what he's doing. Just a regular barber with a name of Rachel or something sounds, yeah, something like a whistle. Like, I like, don't get me wrong, Bells of Steel, I like their belt squat. I feel like they did a really good job there, but it's not like, to my knowledge, they're a barbell company. No, hey Richard, no, let me explain how that works. You can totally do that. No. You can say, because here's how that works. A fan will do the opposite. They'll say his great cup of coffee, they love it, therefore they can't hate on him for assaulting his partners. They'll still worship him, like Rich Piana. Okay, beat the holy hell out of multiple of his wives, beat them completely black and blue, with photographic evidence out there, by the way, the police. But because they loved Rich, they'll overlook that. So you're misunderstanding it. Okay. So here's how you would actually do that. Like an objective person who is functioning at anything above a 90 IQ, which most haters and fans are not. Like if you're average intelligence or higher, I would assume, you could look at that person and go, man, he sounds like, I like his coffee, but yeah, dude hitting his partner, he's a scumbag. But you wouldn't say his coffee sucks if the coffee tastes good because of it, to make sense. You could totally hate on the other. Alfie, I have let him rest in peace, really. But the thing is, that was pretty bad. And the main thing is that I had those exes tell me. So it was kind of like, but I don't say they're going making new videos about Rich either, Alfie. I don't make videos about it. But I will clown on people who still want to be fans of the guy. It's like, why don't, come on, guys, grow up. You were being a fan of someone full of collagen. I don't get it. Who really wasn't a good, like, I mean, people want to hate on me, but my God, look at this terrible stuff Rich did to people. Come on, guys, like, get a clue. Objectively speaking, I have never done anything as bad as the things that we know Rich did and got caught doing on camera. I just haven't. And I'm not saying I haven't done some bad stuff. Realistic, guys. Well, he was an enormous figure out there. Because some of it's still relevant to today's world, too, when we discuss the gear world and everything, given that he was kind of a steroid kingpin. It's kind of relevant to some stuff, those things. Hey, Alfie, but now that you've brought up the Alex Leonidas, you just kind of played your card. You know what I mean, homie? You just kind of played your card. Like, I know that you're a troll. Do you even lift, Alfie? What's your deadlift? All right. So yeah, we have not had one training related question. We're 8 minutes in. We've had nothing training or nutrition so far. It's mostly just Alfie being the troll, and then a couple guys talking about the other stuff. So what's on the agenda? Back and biceps. Do some pull-ups, some rows, some curls. I'm gonna push them really hard and then just leave my arms alone for the week. My biceps. I think that's the way to go for me. I do feel like at a certain point when I was trying to do biceps twice a week, I feel like I was just overtraining them, to be frank. I think I need to come in and just hammer them really, really, really hard and leave them alone. How much of the adjustment was switching to fasted training? Adrian, that's kind of hard for me to say because it's been a while. I don't even remember exactly when I switched to the fasted training. I don't know if it's been a year or 2 years at this point. It was a major adjustment. It takes about 2 weeks to really get used to it, and then you get stronger. Like for me, after about 2 weeks, all of a sudden it was great because I didn't ever get GI tract distress during lifting. Side delts once a week also. There we go, Alfie. You brought it out. Do you feel better now? It took you 9 minutes to finally just admit you're a crazy stalker, hater. All right. This sounds like a brand slapping Alex's name on something to try to get sales. Absolutely. What's special about this bar that we should need to add it? Exactly. So I mean, I would still look at it and say, how are they going to compare with the top bar makers who are already reasonably priced? Other than specialty bars, I personally at this point will probably not buy anything other than Texas Power Bar. If they go out of business, I guess I'll go back with Rogue. Their bars are awesome. I've never really found anything better, and they're still somewhat cheap. Hey, remember, I don't know who El Campion is and train him like I don't understand the rest. Okay, you're going to have to explain all this in great detail. I've never heard of this person, and what do you mean train him like Larry Wheels did? Like use Larry Wheels as weird training? Like what are we talking about doing? I don't understand. You're going to have to start completely over. Assume I've never heard of El Camino, and I don't know what Larry Wheels did to train him. Okay, you're talking in incomplete sentences. I'm sorry, brother. I'm going to have to ignore you because I don't have a frame of reference. All right. What's the most valuable piece of equipment you purchased? Probably my rack, I guess, or the reverse hyper. I'd have to do the math because my rack is multi-pieces, so I don't know the full value because I built it over time. Like I took one of those half racks and I did the upgrade kit, and then so I actually don't know. I don't know which is more valuable, my reverse hyper or my rack. But I know like my first purchase from Rogue was like $3,000 straight up. Yeah. One thing I tell guys with those reverse hypers, there's a reason that little tiny one sells, and it's because of the floor prep. People are like, but that's small. But I'm like, if you've seen the alternative, like, dude, my Rogue Z hyper is massive. Like it's going to take up as much space as your bed does almost. Like it's like this. Well, not if you have a king size bed. I have a king size, but like if you have think about like a normal single bed, that's how big it is. Is there any workouts for which training fast isn't a good idea? For example, like sprinting work. I mean, I don't know, Adrian, because I don't do that type of training. I mean, possibly not. I personally get nauseated when I eat before I train. And I have found training fasted is amazing for that. I love my Rogue bars, Ohio Swiss bar, and Axel bar. I have several Rogue bars, and they're not bad. I like my Texas bars better. But the Rogue bars are good bars. Like I have the Rogue, I have the Ohio deadlift. I have like the B&R bar. I did find their other bars rust really, really easy though. I've had a lot of rust problems. True. I can eat a big meal right before lifting. Yeah, not me, dude. It's one of the things I found. What's a good anti-inflammatory? Your whole diet. There's no supplement for anti-inflammatory. Your entire diet needs to be anti-inflammatory. Okay. So if you eat a trash dumpster diet, you would never get your inflammation under control. It's just not going to happen. Getting leaner is one of the best things you can do too. So people forget that. Okay, get your body fat reasonably lean, and that will do more than anything else for reducing inflammation in your body. People forget that. If you're over 20% body fat, you're going to have high inflammation as a man. 30% as a woman, you're going to have higher inflammatory markers. It's simply unavoidable. Body fat itself creates inflammation. So, yeah, that 10 to 15 is a really good sweet spot for that. So that, make sure your diet's rich in antioxidants. Make sure that you got sufficient omega-3s in your diet. Keep antioxidants really high. Avoid Completely avoid any refined sugars, things like that. Avoid alcohol. Like 0 refined sugar, 0 alcohol if you're worried about inflammation. Those need to go to 0. Cut them out. Don't go over 15% body fat as a man. Keep your antioxidant status high. Problem with gym equipment is absurdly expensive here in Europe. Example, Rogue Bar, yeah. Well, you might have to just go to a public gym. Might not be your wheelhouse, but what would you recommend to lower blood pressure naturally? Get your cardio up. Okay, number 1. Number 2, sodium to potassium ratios in your diet. What do you mean not my? This is 100% my wheelhouse. There's a fitness channel, dude. I research this stuff extensively. So yeah, real high on your list, sodium to potassium ratios. Does a goblet squat have the same function as a front squat? Not completely. 15% body fat, you can see abs still, but no vein cells. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. Why do so many gyms have the Smith machine? No. I'm not a fan of the Smith machine. I don't like them personally. Because people are scared of free weights, even though the more people, you're really likely to get hurt in a Smith machine on the same barbell movements, in my opinion. They're not even a safe piece of equipment. But, I digress. I mean, I guess they're safe if you use safety bars like you do with a barbell. With those catches, I've seen more people get hurt with that nonsense. No, I'm not a fan of Smith machines. But it's because of people's fear of free weights is why so many gyms have them. And people shouldn't be just learn how to do squat, bench, and deadlift correctly. Hey, Choco, I asked you the other day. Right, but what did he ask me, Choco? Do you understand these are not related questions? So look at what he asked me and then look at what you asked me. You asked me about a medication contradiction or interference. He asked me, how do we naturally lower blood pressure? Okay, in other words, his is a diet question. Yours is a medication interaction question for your doctor. These are not even in the same realm. All right. I've seen Smith machines, people that squat in them look so it is. I can't stand the Smith machine squat. Let's go do a leg press. You've never had a client on blood pressure meds. Not that I remember, Choco. And so here's the thing, Choco. You're starting to out yourself as a troll here, but let's be realistic. Not that I recall, but why would their medication be your medication? Do you see the issue? You said blood pressure meds. Okay, there's 57 different drugs. So let's say I have had a client on Lasix, but what if you're on Diazide? Is my answer going to be the same? Are they the same drug? In fact, the side effects on those two medications are extremely different. All right, so you need to ask your doctor. Adrian, how much weight do you have on the weight vest when you go on walks? 50 pounds. The walks depend on what I'm doing for that week and month with the conditioning. It could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. Right now, I'm only doing 20 or 30 minutes tops, but it's 50 pounds. The weather prevented me the last couple of days. I need to get out and get some done today. Hopefully the weather stays nice enough. I don't like walking in the rain in my vest. It's my thing. Hey, Choco, you're over the trolling. See what I mean, dude? Just admit you're a goofball weirdo troll, and so I can ban you and let's move on. All right. Do you even lift? What's your deadlift, Choco? If you need to upload a video of you deadlifting, or I'm banning you. I'm gonna check. There better be lifting footage on your channel when I go check, or you are gone. Go to channel. No, you're a non-lifter. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. I have great relationships with members of my family. So, do you guys see how easy that is? As soon as you call them out, they drop their little crazy hate line every time. Like, here's my one chance to tell Blaha that I get to throw that one little jab. All right, get the fuck out of here. Let's get over to some actual questions. Let's go to some of these. But yeah, Adrian, I do that. Jefferson, do you think a true competitive squat should be walked out as numbers hit with a monolift? It depends on the federation. Hey, Jefferson, keeping in mind I've had to be a judge. So are we asking my personal opinion, or are we asking for the rules of the WPC when I've refereed for them? So I need your answer here. Are we talking personal opinion? And your question needs to be, when I'm judging a meet, would my personal opinion sway my judging? Or do I follow the rule book as written? I've passed world records on the sumo. I've passed in regional records on a sumo before. I don't think sumo should be allowed in powerlifting. Personal opinion, I think it should be walked out. But I also don't like the whole equipped multiply thing. That's really why the monolift really exists for that anyways. I mean, walking out a squat when you're in super crazy knee wraps with a multiply suit. Like, have you ever watched meets where people go to do that? I watched them where they can't even bend their legs. They're just like, they look like the Tin Man walking over to the bar. You know, come on, guys. Of course, I'm starting to feel old because there's someone on my friends list who I had to judge her at a meet in the UK. It was so many years ago now that she was like, she's on my friends list still because her whole family competes. And I remember she was like this skinny teenage girl doing that, walking out like she's super tall. She's walking out with her leg, do her multiply. She's like 30 now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. I remember judging this chick, whatever age category, her breaking all these records, and she's like 32. I'm getting old. I'm old. What the hell happened? Oh my God. Now their whole family competed. So like the whole family competed. It was crazy. The kids, the parents, everybody. It's like a family event to show up at a meet. That's kind of cool though. But they were multiply. How do you trust those tiny hooks in the monoliths? Oh man. Did you see me have that accident with mine? You know I have one of those road monoliths, right? Did you see me have the bar slip out that one time? I had 565 on the cambered bar and I squatted it. It was actually clean to depth. I reached up and racked it and I missed the J hook. It like slipped out. I hit the floor. I had the safety slings up. It hit the slings. Half of it came down. I dropped to the floor. It was so lucky. That could have been pretty much career ending in my home gym with the mono. So I've been very cautious of those monos, especially the little home ones. Scary. So you're right. You're right. Jefferson, where's some of your lifts? You talk a lot of this stuff, but I don't see anything up on your channel. I mean, you seem to know a lot about training. Put some stuff up, dude. I don't see it. It's not that hard. We all have smartphones. All right. And I'm not saying that to call you out. I legitimately just want to see somebody that lifts up. I mean, you're in here commenting every day. You seem to know a decent amount about strength training. No one takes anyone serious on that stuff sometimes, though, if you don't have any evidence. Just keep that in mind. I'm not saying you don't. You might be an 800-pound squatter. So it's just a good thing. It gives you more credibility if people try to argue with you also in these conversations, even in the comments, because I've seen you in a few debates back and forth. It gives credibility. Well, a few lifts up, dude. I'm sure you got some on your phone or your computer. They're easy to upload and take you 3 minutes. What do you mean your previous channel was banned? Like by me, or do you mean banned by YouTube? Send me a link on social media. Let me see it. If it's if it still exists. I'm about to wind this down. It's 26 minutes in this channel. This is dead. I got stuff I can be getting done, and I got to get ready to train. So we're going to wind this down. Love all you guys and gals, and I will talk to you next time.